What's going on YouTube? Retro Lever here with another video. Today I've got something really special. So I just got my RG406H in the mail last night. Kind of a funny story about it. So first time ordering from AliExpress. It's a pretty easy transaction. However, shipping was super bad. Long story short, I got it a day sooner than expected. So that was fantastic and no complaints there. However, the driver decided to just throw my damn package, so I'm gonna insert a little clip of that somewhere in this video. But basically today's video, we're gonna go over kind of an unboxing. Unfortunately, I did have to unbox it early yesterday. Because of that, I had to check for damage, which, you know, thankfully there is no damage anywhere. It's in pretty good shape. We're gonna go over first impressions and just kind of get a feel for the device. You know, I wanted something kind of like my everyday carry device. You know, I've got a few other handhelds laying around on my desk here. You know, I've got the 3DS, that's awesome, but you know, kind of fell back in love with emulation, and unfortunately, I have a modded Switch, but kind of accidentally updated it, and so it's kind of stuck in limbo mode right now. So anyway, let's get right into it. All right, so we've got the RG406H right here. I'm ready to do a quick unboxing video. Unfortunately, I had a bit of a shipping issue, so I did have to open it a little bit earlier, so I didn't get to do the whole thing for the video. So this is already set up for the most part. If you never had one of these before, the box is in, you know, super awesome sturdy shape besides this. And if you watch the beginning of this video, well, you'll see why that is. Anyway, we're gonna get back to it. Get right into it. So when you get one of these devices, sometimes they'll give you a little thank you letter. It's upside down here, don't mind that. If you want to pause the video, you can read it if you want to. I'm not worried about it. Now, walking into this device, you know, I've had a couple Anrenic devices in the past. You know, my first one was the, what is it, the RG353V. That was my first time ever experiencing anything with a retro handheld console, and I absolutely loved it. Outgrew it very quickly, then moved to the RG Cube. Once again, outgrew it very quickly, and then I actually had the Retroid Pocket 5 for quite a bit of time. Now, I did love that device, but unfortunately I did kind of get rid of it a few months ago just because I ended up getting into a position where I could get this 3DS right here. Usually if you watch my videos, it's just kind of hanging out in the background. But anyway, more on what we're actually talking about. So like I said, I did go ahead and set this up. I really do like this device. I think it is really awesome. It feels really nice in your hands. You know, it's got the little textured grip right here. Now, there is one thing I don't like about this device compared to the Retroid. And obviously, you know, the $150 to $200 price range on these devices, there's so many out here. I actually got this on AliExpress. First time purchasing from there, I kind of got a deal on it. I only paid $114 for it. But that was with shipping, so I was pretty happy about it. So if you've seen any of the other Retroid devices, you know, you kind of know what to expect. And if you've seen some of the Anrenic devices, specifically the RG Cube, this is pretty much the same thing. It's just a slightly different format. It does have taller thumbsticks, which, you know, they do feel really nice in your hand. The D-pad, I don't know if my camera will focus here, probably not very well, unfortunately. Filming this on my iPhone, it's pretty terrible. But you can kind of hear it right here. I think the D-pad is about the same. Now, when I set this up, my intention was I wanted to make this my kind of everyday carry. Can I get it to focus right here? Perfect. My kind of everyday carry. Let's see if we can get some more lighting from my computer here. We'll just pop this page up here. And my purpose of this device was I wanted to set it up as an everyday carry device. So not something that I really wanted to just baby too much, but something I could pull out and play some games and just kind of, you know, enjoy my free time with it. So I did set this up using Beacon, but I wanted to make it as console-like as possible. So I've got my EX file manager, EvoLAN 2, I've got my Google Chrome, Play Store settings, and then obviously some Stardew Valley. Now, obviously, if you've seen one of my recent videos, I'm a huge fan of the Beacon launcher. I just think it's just awesome. I think it's like $3 in the Google Play Store. It's perfect. Obviously, you know, ESDE is a really good one. Digisho is a good one. Nothing against those, but if you just want something very basic like this is just gonna nail it perfectly. Pokemon Lazarus, you know, I'm really digging that right now. If you haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend it. But I've got all my favorite games right here. N64. Try to get my camera to focus here. Come on. Focus right here. Perfect. Obviously, I got Pokemon Coliseum, which I've never played really before, so I'm actually excited to deep dive into this. And by the way, this console actually can play some Switch titles, believe it or not. For what you're paying for, you know, I wouldn't recommend getting this off of the Anbernic website necessarily. They are a little bit pricey. I actually have it pulled up right here. Let's see what they're going for. So 130, you have it on sale right now for $139.19. You know, honestly, for what is out there, you would probably be better off getting the Retroid Pocket G2, you know, for just a little bit more money, honestly. But for what I was looking for budget-wise, it's around the holidays. You know, there's quite a bit of gifts to be bought, and, you know, this was kind of a semi-unexpected purchase. So for what this is, I'm pretty happy with it. But, come on, focus camera. Sorry, my stand is kind of iffy, so we're working through some stuff, but you know, this is just a really quick setup on what I've got going on here. You know, but it plays games really well. In fact, here we'll throw up some Pokemon Coliseum. We'll get that going here. Usually this game's running, I don't know if it'll show it right here, but usually it's about 29 FPS is what the average is. Can I load back into this? Let's see here. Quick load. State not, oh, did it not save it? Oh, here we go. Which, I mean, it plays it pretty well. I'm really excited to play this game in particular. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. If you don't know anything about me, if it obviously isn't, you know, pretty obvious, I do love Pokemon. And like I said, I really wanted a device that's kind of just my everyday carry. You know, I want to play some different games. Usually I'll take my modded Switch with me, or I'll take my 3DS, or sometimes this Game Boy Color off to the side here. But ultimately, this is what I really wanted to go with. You know, I want something that can play some PS2 games, and honestly, for what this device is now, again, if you can find it used, you know, I'm not really sure what they're going for on the used market, but if you could find this for about $100, maybe $120, or like I did, I got it on sale for $114, it's definitely worth it. You know, it's got a really nice texture, and I do apologize about the lighting. You know, I don't have a whole lot of lights in my game room yet, so I'm still working on that, but the thumbsticks feel awesome. A lot of people don't like the noise of the bumpers. Personally, I don't mind it. I love the triggers. Now, one thing I don't like is the volume button. It is quite a bit stiff to press. So that is something I'm not a fan of. But outside of that, I really like it. And since I have Beacon running here, anytime I want to go back to something, I just pop it right up here and we're good to go. Just go right back into it. And I made it where I wanted this to be just a console experience. As soon as I pull it up, boom, right where I need to be. You know, again, I don't have any complaints with the device really, besides a couple things. Having the RGQ before, I feel like it has better texture on that device compared to this one. So it obviously could be better, you know, but if you could find this thing used, or if this is your first time and you want, you know, an Anbernic device, there's a ton that are out there. I think this is a really good starting point. You know, it plays games really well. A lot of the emulators I have set up here are paid apps. So I have My Boy that I'm running this on. You know, a lot of people use RetroArch, and again, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Me personally, I really like this. Oh, I'm